Hello, thanks for dropping in. I'm going to try an experiment today, one that I know should work, I believe. It will take a little setting up to do, but I've done most of the cabling. So what I have here, this 1541 is still, they're running through the check disk program, but I'm going to stop it. I'll just hold it. It is pausing for a moment, and then it will probably say break in 100. Yes, it does. So the program has stopped. I'm going to reset the drive. In other words, turn it off. I'm going to turn this one on. I did find downstairs a box from various collections that I have that says blank OK, and it says 1541's OK. Now I will also reset the Commodore 64. And I will load the directory, because I don't know from how long ago this disk was. Aha, okay, it is indeed a blank disk. Alrighty, so be it. So what I'm going to do, as I said I might be able to do, that I will try to do, is I'm going to I have these two drives connected. They are both device 8. They are. And I'm going to load the performance test. I've got this one turned off, this one is turned on. I'm going to list, just for fun. I like seeing it go. Okay, so I have my blank disk in this one. I will take this disk out. Hello. I will put this other one that claims to be perfect, never seen these before, into this drive. So what we have is a Commodore 64 connected to two 1541's. Both are, there we go, both are on, both are device 8, both have blank disks in them. And I'm going to type run. And what I've got is the performance test, and what I think is going to happen, I think, is that this is going to run the test together at the same time. So, let's go. So they both bang the heads. If you notice, they bang it a little differently. But away they go. And as I have run this test on these drives before, I have no doubt that it should be fine, I think. Oh, I know what I forgot. I was going to grab some tape. I forgot the tape. Anyway, I will. Here on. Now this, I'm suspecting, should work fine. You hear the drives working away, working away. But I will see. And then after that, because it will take a while, I may load up the other program and put the two blank disks in and see if it will do them both at the same time as well. I don't know. I know long ago, when I actually worked at the Toronto Pet Users Group, otherwise known as TPUG, which is the oldest Commodore group around, I did a lot of the disk copying, and I did have a PET connected to a vast number of 4040s, perhaps as many as 8 or 10. And because the drive, you could issue the backup command. How are we doing? How are we doing? I'm not sure if things have locked up. No? Anyway, you could issue the backup command to a dual drive and it would just back them up. Now, of course, I always had to watch the error light. Okay, we have passed. We are opening. I would always have to watch the error light, and if the error light came on any of the drives, I would deem that that one was not a successful copy. And, of course, I could oftentimes I was doing the same disk because there was a lot of orders for a lot of the same disk, but not always. But I did have another thing set up that I could double check all the directories as, of course, the next batch were copying. So, but that is not the case with single drives. Single drives do not have such things inside for you to tell them to copy or to do what these things are doing. So the performance test is now performing on both of these drives together. And I wonder, oh yeah, it's writing, data file, closing. I'm wondering if it's going to carry on. They do seem to be, oh, we might have, things may have stopped. They may have. It may be that somehow or another, that in the midst of all this, things running at perhaps slightly different speeds as they might, it has locked up. I wonder if I press run stop, if it will run stop. And it will not. I wonder if I turn one off, if the other will continue, or if this will stop. And indeed, it will not. So perhaps this test, no, it is locked up tight. I will turn this off. I will turn this on. So that, oops, perhaps not unexpectedly, file not found here. What's this? Alright, just a second. I'm going to reset the drives. Aha. Okay. Aha. There is still something on there. Perhaps the yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is written a test file, and that did not get deleted as it normally would be. So both disks are the same, and this test was indeed somewhat of a failure. So don't try this. Now I am going to load the check disk program. Oops, not period 8, comma 8. And I will list it. And I will take this out. And I will put this one in, which is another blank disk. The one that I've used many, many times. And I will carefully put this in the sleeve. And I will run this and see if this is happy. I don't know if it will be or not. It's unlikely that such things will work exactly perfectly, but at this moment they seem to be. So, now normally, of course, and we'll do another video on this, if you have two drives hooked up, you need to change the device number of one from 8 to 9, or 10, or 11. There is a way of doing this inside the drive, and of course it would void your warranty. Oh, I think this has locked up. Not surprising, because the numbers are no longer changing. I suspect things get confused when there's too much going on here. Anyway, there is a way, of course, within the drive to change the device number. The later drives, the 1541's, had dip switches on the back, tiny little switches that you could easily change the device number, so you would not have to violate your warranty. But there is, let me press run stop here. This is not happening. No, we are dead. We are dead again. I will turn this off. Oh, okay. Now it is continuing to operate on the bottom drive. So somehow or another, it got confused, things got locked up. That's okay. We'll let this run for a bit. Anyway, the device numbers are important because if you do have more than one drive hooked up and you're going to do this a lot, it's important. Well, you can always just leave one turned off, but if you do need 2 or 3 or 4 connected, probably a permanent switch or a flipping of the switch is better than having to go through the process of changing the device all the time. Especially, you know, if you run a bulletin board or do other things. If it's a permanent switch and you turn things off, you turn things on, you have a power surge or something happens that things lock up, you don't have to go through the whole procedure of changing the device numbers. And yes, we will do a video on this. The way you would change the inside internal ones, there are 2 basically things that look like a circle with a line through them. And or 2 half circles with just a skinny little line of contact on the thing. Now, if you cut this, it changes the device number. You have to use a little knife, be very careful. It doesn't mean it can't be undone, generally speaking. If you take some solder and heat things up and put it across there, you can reconnect it if you do want it to go back to device 8. Anyway, just one of those things. So, connecting 2 of these and expecting them to perform together during the performance test and the check disk program, while it started well, it did not finish well. I'm not sure what would happen if I turned this on now. I will try it. I suspect it won't go well. Indeed, things have stopped happening. So I will turn it off. And it's gone back to checking this one. So that's a good. Anyway, regardless, I know I have 2 good disk drives here. I have made notes, and now I need to find tape. Wait! There's tape. I'll take a little off in case there is some schmutz. And I'm not going to use tons of tape, but I do want the notes to stay put. Yeah. Oh yeah. And at this moment, come on. There we go. I have squished. Need this jacket. Oh well. Alright. So we have 2 1541's. I can leave these like this and actually leave them apart like I have been feeling. There's warmth. And oh, just to confirm, if you look at this one, it's got a lot of vents all the way from the front to the back. And if you look at this one, sorry, it does not. It has just vents at the back. So it was nice to see that Commodore did adapt, as I guess they had things coming back hot. So I'm going to continue to exercise this drive. I will get rid of this tape. I will keep these just in their jackets. I will put things there, and I will carry on. And yes, I think the next thing I will do, as I keep on talking about, I'm going to get this pet off of here. It's a nice accessory. It is, but it's not doing anything helpful at this moment. So, and I'm going to get working things away and out of here so that I can continue to work. And these are handy, beautiful, magical. They really to actually do everything possible. Oh, that is not going to work. There. Oh. Okay, they're out of the way. Anyway, I'm going to tidy up and let this do its thing. I wonder if there's any way to get that LED thing. I just don't know. Oh well, things happen. Alright, enough for now. Thanks for being here, and I will continue to tinker and putter, and yes, I want to start on the TPUG 1541's and get that sorted, at least some of them, before the World of Commodore. And of course, the World of Commodore is happening on December the 5th, 2021, perhaps even the 6th, a hybrid event. Go to the TPUG Facebook page or Google TPUG, Toronto Pet Users Group, World of Commodore, something like that for the details. I don't know all the details. I don't know if I'm going to be there, because once again, we're still, COVID lurks. And, you know, like I'm fully vaccinated. Hasn't done me any harm. I did feel a little weird after each vaccination, but small price to pay for not dying. Anyway, Google, search, find, hunt. If you're in the Toronto area, consider going if you're comfortable with it. Otherwise, of course, they will be doing things on Zoom. And anywhere in the world, you can tune in and see what's what. I suspect there'll even be people presenting things on Zoom. And maybe, I don't know what, maybe I'll volunteer to present something. I don't know. Maybe a question and answer thing. I just don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave this to keep on keeping on. And if you notice, of course, this disk drive from the side, even though it's ugly from the top, from the side, it too is beautiful. Beautiful. And this one, I see, yeah, not much of anything. Oh, you know what else I see, and this is supposedly quite normal, is that the color of the plastic was not always identical. It was close. So as I look very carefully at this, I can see that maybe the bottom and the top don't exactly match. That does not mean it's not the original. Sometimes the plastic was just a shade off. I heard this from Bill Hurd, and Bill Hurd knows. So, thanks. Enough for now. Thanks for coming. See you one way or another, perhaps at the World of Commodore. Bye for now.